I think we're live. You are live. It says you are live.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. I'm the first one to go today, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to go then. Welcome to Slow and Steady, the podcast where you get to follow along as we build products in public. Each week, we'll give you an honest peek into our lives as we share our struggles, our wins, and everything in between. Whew. I'm Benedicta and I'm feeling sore.
And I'm Benedict. Today is March 14th. This is episode number 173, and I'm feeling tired.
Oh,
We're
what
in
a
good
lovely
shape today,
feelings.
right?
We're such good shape. And we weren't even here last week. We should be.
Right,
we
we
should,
took a week off, but I mean, yeah, because of reasons, we took a week off.
which is the
But we're
same
back.
reason why I'm feeling sore, because I'm still feeling sore after falling off a horse. That's what I did a week and a day ago.
Why do
So,
you
or
do
2 days.
stuff like that?
I don't know. Oh my God. It was totally my fault. It wasn't even the horse's fault. Poor horse. After I fell off, it kind of stopped and just like looked down at me and was like, "What? Like, why? What's up?
What are
Like,
you
what?
doing?
What are you doing? Why are you on? Why are you on the ground? You're not supposed to be on the ground." No, so I went to like a intensive 2 day horse camp. So it was 2 classes on Saturday and then 2 classes on Sunday, and I was completely wiped by the second day. But I was like, I should still go. So I went, and then that first lesson, like it went fine, but then we're gonna canter, which is like the fastest pace of the horse, or the fastest gait, I guess it's called. And kind of, I just dressed up like I couldn't position my legs properly; they were so tired. So I kind of stressed up the horse, and then the horse got stressed, and then I was like just like bumbling about on top of this horse, not like properly sitting. And then the horse went one way and I kind of leaned in another way. And then the saddle like slid down the horse's side, which is also my fault because you're supposed to check it and like tighten it during your lesson. Yeah, and then I fell off. And it didn't really hurt. Like seriously, it's a small horse. It didn't really hurt. I like hit my bum a little bit and then I hit my head. And I was like, it's fine. I had a second lesson that day, still feeling, sore, but like it's fine. I've fallen off horses before. Got to working on Monday and I had a video call and I was like, oh, my head hurts a little bit. Like I fell off a horse yesterday. And the woman was like, you are not supposed to be on this call if you fell. I'm like, it's fine. I almost didn't hurt my head. But then I decided to relax a little bit. And then I threw up, which you're not supposed to do because that means you have a concussion. So I called the ER and they were like, no screen for 3 days. And
Yeah.
that is insane. Like, I didn't think I was addicted or dependent on screens, but I am. Like, my name is Benedicta and I am addicted to screens. And then no exercise for 7 days and then no alcohol for 14 days. So that's where I'm at. I'm in the middle of those 14 days. So, anyhow, some forced relaxation.
Doesn't hurt, I guess. Well, maybe it does if relaxation does not include watching any screens.
Yeah, so I ended up just like laying in bed because I got pretty tired over the next couple of days. I did a little bit of work in the morning, like half an hour. Like I didn't follow the instructions completely because like I needed to get some things done. But just for a little while, and then I was just like listening to podcasts mostly. Because I couldn't read. You weren't supposed to read. You weren't supposed to like use your eyes. So kind of just hung out and then went for some slow walks. And it was pretty nice, actually. It wasn't too bad. And if I sound relaxed, I'm still like so relaxed. Like I don't know, I just slow down and like everything has been going slow ever since, and it's kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. So
But
your first 2 weeks or first 3 weeks at work were like 1 week getting training, 1 week taking a vacation that didn't turn into a vacation, and then not working because you fell off a horse.
yes, so I see that their schedule like syncs this week, like syncs on like how it's been going, and I'm like, I have nothing, because I haven't even been here. Like, what are we syncing? But I'll sync. I'll be syncing. It'll be fine. But yeah, but we got a lot of things done. kind of yesterday, because we were supposed to launch the SETA podcast last week, and that was supposed to be you. And I was like, still like, this is gonna be fine. And then I think sometime on Sunday, I was like, we're not gonna make it because like I was supposed to make artwork and stuff that Sunday night, and I realized I was a little tired, so I was like, okay, let's just push this. And luckily I did. Like at that point I didn't think I had the concussion, but like I would have been in no state of mind to like interview you on Monday because I was like totally out of it. So that was good, but we went with Data in the Wild. They like that, so thank you for brainstorming with me. And I also created like a killer graphic, I must say, yesterday. It took me like, not yesterday, Sunday. I don't know, my days are all mixed up. I've been kind of like working a little bit every day, even though it was the weekend, just to like, because I still had
Catch
to
up
like
on
take it
things.
yeah, but also because I realized for probably another week, like I can't be on the computer 8 hours a day. So like I kind of had to just like position or portion it out. But anyway, I think I made a really good graphic, like a simple, nice graphic with like Data in like a bold font, and then in the wild in like a wild font. I don't know if it's wild, but like more of a cursive font. So that was fun. And also been working on like a proper kind of script, um, since this is a paid gig. we're doing it for real. So kind of made a script where it's like, oh, Ula will ask this question, Benedicta will ask this question. Like, we think she'll be talking about these things, and then we'll follow up with these questions, and then just make sure that there is an actual flow. And we also want them to be kind of short. We're thinking about trying to get them to be like 30 minutes edited. So then we need to like be more kind of on point with the questions and everything. So feeling good and prepared for tomorrow or tonight. Sorry, tonight.
I was about to say you're recording the first episode tonight, right? With
Yes.
Monica.
Yes. Monica Lent of Affiliate.
Also looking forward to that episode. Well,
Yeah.
looking forward to all episodes, I guess. But yeah, will be interesting to hear the first one.
Yeah. And then after that, it will be Pierre from Scraping Bee. So listeners of the podcast can, there will be some repeat offenders.
Well,
We'll
but
be
different
talking
topic,
about
I guess.
different topic. Yes. And it's always nice, especially now in the beginning. I realized I was very happy that it's kind of like friends who are coming on these first episodes, especially like, I told you, it's just like, okay, we need to postpone. We're going to fix this. And then also Monica, I know well. So it feels, like a good intro into the season that I know the person can like answer questions properly. I have a good rapport with them. It feels better than just like starting out with complete strangers. Because there'll probably be some, because we haven't filled up the season yet, but yeah, but it's good to have those kind of closer connections in the beginning. So feeling pretty good, feeling pretty hyped, even though I'm like, since we're doing this tonight, I've been so good. So I've been like outside, soaking up the sun. I did some yoga, just like taking it really chill in the middle of the day so that, I'm not too tired by the podcast interview. So I feel like
Maybe don't get too relaxed though. So you're like,
this is good. We're doing this, but then Lillian comes home and like it's not gonna. We're gonna make dinner. There's gonna be like a lot of things going on. So I'll be more on unless like. I'm just like in the Zen mode. Yeah, like But what's up with you? Why are you so tired?
I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, we had my parents visiting for a night last week because they used this as a one-night hotel before they left at Frankfurt Airport for their vacation. So we had them over, and then my partner's parents visited for the weekend. So that might have played into it, but I'm not entirely sure. By now, I should recover from that. I'm not sure.
Oh no. Okay, I totally
But
like that. This is
I'm
the
just
reason.
super tired.
I mean that like family, I love family. I have a lot of, as well, but I get so tired, especially if you don't see them that often because you want to be like on and be, do things with them and like create a nice atmosphere and it kind of like it yeah, and even having fun can be tiring sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's just the lack of a proper like relaxing weekend that's playing into this. I'm so tired. I didn't get much done yesterday. Especially there were also calls, so it always with a lot of calls in the day, it always already feels like you're not getting anything done. And then if it takes you like forever to get to make some progress or to get
Yeah.
into it, that's
But
even
didn't you
worse.
like launch something though? Like I feel like you just launched something, so maybe you're also like, post launch is also you're allowed to be tired.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't really do anything for that. So yeah, that's the thing that happened in the last couple of days. We launched the type support for the filter builder or condition builder, and I feel like I talked about this for I don't know a year,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So first we started working on that summer of last year, then abandoned it for a couple of months, then revisited it, cleaned it up, got it into a state where I didn't hate it anymore. Then abandoned it again. Because honestly, I was a little bit scared of launching it because it felt like such a big change that I was sure it would break a lot of things. And then because the reporting feature on the front end side was going so well, and Leo didn't have much work to do on that anymore, we looked at the branch again and was like, yeah, this is still a good change. We should really do this. And he basically volunteered to take a look at it, play around with it a little bit as well, add some more test coverage, try to break it, and stuff like that. So he spent some time last week and maybe even the week before. I don't quite remember. Basically, the last couple of days of like getting familiar with it, getting a good feeling about it, making sure it's actually working. And then we had Michael, who was on the show a couple episodes ago. Well, a lot of episodes ago. But anyways, he's working with us for customer success, and he knows a lot of like customers that have like very complicated setups and stuff like that. So he checked out the new changes with their accounts, and I think he found one or two minor issues that we fixed, and then we decided to just merge it and deploy it.
How has it gone?
So far, so good.
Ah.
No issues so far. Everyone's on high alert, of course. Like if something comes up in customer support, we'll know. But I think we did everything we could in making sure it's not breaking anything. And if it does, then hopefully it's not a major thing, but just a small thing. Like the last two things we found was a missing translation. So there was a label missing, and a CSS overflow issue where text wasn't properly shortened. So
Well,
if
that's
that's
pretty
the
good. I
degree
mean,
of
though,
problems, then I'm happy about it.
yeah, that sounds like
But
a good problems to have. Like those are little tiny
yeah, those are
things.
super small things. But as you can see, like the most of the work, at least lately or in the last couple of days, was not me doing anything. I pressed the merge button, but that's about it.
But I mean, that could be anxiety inducing. You're merging stuff that you haven't made yourself, which is, still a new thing for you.
I did most of this myself.
Okay. Just
But
not like,
Leo and Michael made sure it's actually working and built up the confidence in me that it's actually not as bad as I made it out to be in my mind. Anyways, we launched it. It's out there. It's not UI wise or like user experience wise. It's not a revolutionary change. I think most people won't even notice. But it's one of those getting the fundamentals right features that gets me excited because I feel like we can build upon this and like do other cool things that we're not doing and others are not doing. So yeah, still excited about it.
but do you find, because you said something like made you have the confidence? Because I find sometimes when I go back and look at something I made that I kind of like, sometimes a project or something, and I'm like, yeah, I was kind of happy with it at the time. And then I've actually experienced sometimes I go back and I'm like, well, this was pretty good. Like, I don't know, like I somehow while I'm in it make it worse, like in my brain. And then when I go back and look at it, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. Maybe more visually than code, because when you look at your old code, it's usually like, what was I? No. Yeah, but you needed them to kind of validate that it was like in your head. Did you feel like it was a bad change, or what you hadn't done a good enough job, or like why did they, or just was it a part of the process like it should always be?
I guess, yeah, it should always be part of the process. But honestly, because this has been going on for so long,
Mm-hmm.
I lose confidence in the code, or like confidence in the solution, because I'm so far detached from it. Like in the past, we've made a mistake of like letting stuff sit for too long and then
Yeah.
forgetting half of the issues that are still there, and then merging it and then realizing, oh, this was actually not done yet. So that played into it, because it's been sitting there for the last couple of weeks, months since I last touched it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like the scale of the thing, because it's one of the most used components in the UI, I guess. Like it's almost everywhere. It's in the users table, it's companies table, it's in the segments edit setup dialog, it's in the broadcast dialog, it's in the message dialog. Like it's all everywhere. So if we mess it up, it messes up everything. So it's it was kind of important to get this right.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. And just the fact that it has been sitting there for so long, and it's only been me working on it until last week. Anyways, it felt good that they both picked it up and carried it over the finish line. And I'm grateful for having a team that can do this and induce some confidence in the thing we built.
But it's amazing though, because when we started talking, now I can't even remember the dates.
It's been forever.
Yeah, when I joined this podcast, I mean, it was only you, and then you brought people on, and it was like, a little bit about like how helpful will it be, and and look at it now, like other people just, as you said, carried it over the finish line, and it got done, even though you kind of put your foot off the pedal, or whatever metaphor we want to use. And that's kind of cool.
It is very cool, and it's helping with my mental health, I guess, or my state of mind, or whatever. Like just that, even on days like today where it just like feels super slow and like I'm super tired, I know stuff is getting done regardless, and that removes a lot of the pressure just from me having to be there 100% all the time. So yeah, it's good.
Yay!
Go team!
Go team! I felt like we needed a little timeout on that to, just to soak that up. Because sometimes it's easy to just like forget and keep on like running and running and running. And
agreed. Yeah.
Anything else going on?
Other than that, I got around to refactoring the backend side of the reporting feature, what I mentioned 2 weeks ago. It went really well. I really liked how the code turned out. Took a couple of iterations, but now it's pretty solid. It's pretty clean. It's pretty readable. There's one more feature missing that I want to add, which is basically keeping track of totals over time, so you can see like how many people were in a segment a week ago and stuff like that. Because what we built so far is mostly like tracking changes, like 2 users were added or 2 users were removed, but like we still need like the total to show meaningful data. So that part's still missing. I've got a working prototype once again, at least in SQL, but I still need to get it into the actual code. And I have a feeling I'll once again make a big mess. So it's going to be adding the feature, adding some tests around it, and then another round of cleanup. But once that is done, I think there's everything we need for this reporting feature to do all the things we have planned for it. So after that, we will be ready to launch it. Nonetheless, we're planning to at least merge the front end side of things by the end of the week, and maybe even get some customers to use it, even though it's still running on the sort of fake data, but should be good enough to get some feedback and like listen to what people have to say about it. So yeah, things are moving forward. I'm excited, and hopefully once I'm not tired anymore, I also will finish up my side of the work.
Because you're not tired anymore. Well, that's good. It's a good
Yeah.
goal to have.
What about you? Anything else you did work on?
Didn't really. Well, I did some work on it also, but Cloudinary accepted our proposal, so we're going to be moving forward with looking into kind of their Gatsby plugin and what would be like a feasible future state, what would be the strategy behind it, and what do people need, what do people want, and kind of creating a roadmap around that before we do any more of the technical work. So I think that's a good place to be now. We know the plugins quite well. I also now have contributed to their Node SDK because we needed a feature to be added there that we needed to add to our plugin. So that kind of feels cool. I'm going to start working on that at the end of the month. And then I randomly sold another emergency call, or not randomly. Somebody has been following our streams, and we're stuck with his Gatsby site. And it wasn't really 100% Gatsby specific, but we figured it out on the call, and
Nice.
I just love it so much. Like for him, it obviously was super frustrating because he was like launching something and he needed it to be done. And that just like, I was like, yes, like, let's go digging into the code and like thinking out loud and like looking through the code. And we figured it out, which also is helpful in it being a lot of fun. So yeah. So I hope to sell, I don't know. I have to figure out something around that where I can have, because the workflow now is pretty like people sign up, they pay, and like the flow of it's pretty simple for me to handle, and I have my SavvyCal pretty tightly set up, so there aren't like double schedulings or anything like that. So I think maybe opening it, like maybe I should also just open it up for more like React in general type issues. I'm not sure, but it would be a lot of fun to just like help people with their coding issues, like when they arise, instead of like educating ahead of time, like this is how you do it correctly. I think it's a lot of fun to get to jump in when people
And
are
figure
having
stuff out
problems and
on
like
the
be the
fly.
hero,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Like be the queen.
That's pretty cool. I never was able to make it work when I was consulting. Like I tried offering stuff like that as well, but it never really worked. I think I had one call like that. I don't quite remember. But yeah, it sounds like it's working for you with
well, I haven't sold, like it's nothing I will like live, it's not gonna sustain me 100%.
It's not predictable enough, I guess, but still, like even that you sold one, or even it was the second one, right?
I think it's like the third or fourth, because one guy bought two, and then
nice, yeah,
and then I had that review, and that guy is also coming back because his developer, they're having some issues. So I got another email off of where it's like, can you help out again with another issue? So we'll see.
Yeah, so it's great that it's it's starting to pick up, I guess.
Yeah. But I really like especially the call. It's like, it's just that. And I've been, I did do a follow-up email with just like, this is what we found out, and here are some pointers for future work. But it's really nice that it's so contained, and that people are, it seems, the ones I've had, which haven't been a lot, but the people I've had have been very mindful of not taking up more than the hour. And if it goes over, like they want to pay extra. So it's, it's cool. And I manage, which I think is more importantly, like I managed to just put his side out of my mind until he books something the next time. Which I've had to practice to be able to not take ownership in other people's things.
Yep. It's a learned skill as well.
Absolutely. And I think I've been pretty good at it. Like now, tomorrow I'm going to go into the bank and work on the bank. And with kind of the way I now write my issues and kind of organize so that I know where to pick up on my different projects, like I feel like it's starting to work for me to have all these different projects, because I get the variety I need and I have the systems in place to be able to like get into the job or get into the flow in the different projects quite quickly. I'm not like fully there, but it's getting there. So that's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, because then I can get what I need, the clients can get what they need,
Everyone's happy.
and it's a win-win-win.
Cool.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it
I think
from my
that's
side as well.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll talk to you next week, and don't fall off a horse again.
So I'm going back in April, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful and listen to my body and not like try to do things that I know I can do if I'm not tired. So I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to be like more in the same way as we talked about, putting work aside and like listening to your energy, blah blah blah. Like I need to just like actually listen to my body and not try things I shouldn't try. So hopefully I won't fall off that time.
Yeah.
Because
Sounds
2
good.
concussions in a short amount of time, they tell me it's not good.
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna be even more
No,
vigilant.
not recommended.
Not recommended. And especially not when your mom has Alzheimer also, because like head injuries are not, it's not a like it's a
Yeah,
precursor to that
Mhm.
condition often. So yeah, I'm being good. Like I almost didn't look at my screen for 3 days. Almost.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
then
But
no
I'll
more
see you
alcohol,
around.
and then see you next week.
Yeah, no more alcohol. And I'll see you around the interwebs.
Bye.
Bye.